Mercedes, no. Reel the fish in like this. You lost that one, yeah? Come. Let's sit in the sun for a while, huh? I thought I might look good in this light. Look at us, Mercedes. Two proper vigilantes escaped to an island in the middle of a lake. No one around for miles. I wish it was always this way. It will be if I let you take care of me. Mercedes, Greta's gone, and Garbo's beyond care. You think they have suspicions about us? No one knows we're here alone together. I booked it on the Harriet Brown, just to be sure. Now, trust me, those studio men are so ignorant. I heard Maya say, we should get more lesbians for our next picture. We can send a recruiter to Greece, to Lesbos. And there are plenty just under his nose. Okay, don't touch me. Island or not, you know it's hard for me. Oh, Greta would have loved you without question, but Garbo's still confused. But that reminds me. No more flowers. I have allergies. No, please, no gifts. You spend money like it pains you to save a penny. Anyway, why are you always sending me something? I read scripts when I feel like it, Mercedes. Your scripts are no different. Gifts won't help you. Enough, yeah? Just, okay, forget it. What is this contraption, yeah? It's a Voigtlander? What's wrong with Kodak? No, Mercedes, get your money's worth with the rocks and the trees. You know I don't like photos. Okay, Mercedes. If I let you take this photo, you need to cross your heart, hope to die, double Scots, Scout's honor. You will never show anyone, even when you are dead. Paranoid. I'm not wearing a top. And if people knew about us, Garbo would be done. Agreed for Garbo's sake. All right. I'll be a great warrior, right? My hand here, yes? Mercedes, I don't trust anyone, but I'm trusting you. Now snap before I get cold.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into LTV. My name is Mitchell, and today I'm joined with the lovely Lauren LoGiudice. We are here on behalf of PRISM for Queer Awareness Month. And first and foremost, we just want to say TCNJ welcomes you. You look absolutely stunning today. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
And you just showed us your monologue. Could you go more in depth with it? Tell us more about it.
Yep. So I wrote a play called Garbo Dreams.
Okay.
It was a site-specific play about Greta Garbo. It was a solo play. And I actually use this scene in my workshops as well. But it's a scene between Greta Garbo and her questionable girlfriend, Mercedes da Costa.
Okay.
And I actually adapted it for the screen today, especially for you all.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Well, going off, why did
Yeah.
you choose to make it a solo monologue?
Well, I really like most of my work is solo performance.
Okay.
So I'm an actor by trade, and I do all the things that actors do. I'm in a bunch of commercials, and I'm in television and stuff like that. But what
Right.
I like to do on my off time is create my own work. And you know, to be honest, I like solo work because I'm in charge and no one can stop me. And it's also like really
Right.
convenient because to create a play requires other people. And so I really like the grinding it out and writing my own stuff. And for Garbo, that works so well because she was a recluse for 40 years of her life.
Okay.
She quit when she was 36 and quit Hollywood movies, and she was alone in her apartment for 40 years. So the process of having a solo play was really important to portray her life because so
Yeah.
much of that was alone.
No, definitely. The independence almost gives you a freedom in a sense.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. And I think we have the tools today to create work
all artists do on your own, and to find your voice faster. You know, I think in the old days, like people would, in the vaudeville days especially, they would be performing like 9 shows a week, 10, 15 shows a week. And that enables you to really work on your craft. And then things became, you know, the studios took over, and then the means of production became much more expensive.
Right, absolutely.
And opportunities became limited. And now that has actually shifted back to where you can perform anytime and you want with your iPhone and create your own voice and work that way.
I totally agree. Now, for the people who won't be able to make your workshop today, do you want to touch a little bit upon that and what they'll be missing, unfortunately?
Yep. So I did a ton of research for Greta Garbo. I mean, I was like in Greta Schiller's, she's a famous queer filmmaker. I was like in her garage going through boxes of old papers, and I was sitting down with, like, you know, the descendants of some of these Hollywood stars, and a lot of doors opened. I was able to do an incredible amount of research, and I felt like I wanted to share what I learned beyond what I could in the play.
Okay.
And so I created a workshop about old Hollywood, queer people in old Hollywood specifically. I focus on about 5 or 6 women, from 4 to 6, depending on how much time we have. And it's the lessons that really spoke to me and really have helped guide my life and my career, my choices, that I think we all can learn from. Because, you know, they were so long ago, almost 100 years, some of them.
Yeah.
And we think of them as, a lot of people, when I talk about like queer people in old Hollywood, they're like, well, wasn't it so proper? And I think they're thinking of the 1950s, which was a very, as soon in the, like after late 40s, 50s, film changed and it got a lot more conservative.
Right.
A lot more conservative. But in the 1910s, 20s, 30s, like early 40s, it was very, very racy, and the people involved in Hollywood were really nuts.
Yeah.
In the best way. Yeah. And so there's a lot to learn about that period. It's really interesting.
Okay, so when did your interest in women like Greta Garbo begin, and is there a specific moment in your life that you can point to where it was significant?
Yeah, actually there is. I had done my first solo show called Queens Girl. It was about growing up in Queens and my family and coming out. And after that, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I felt a little lost. And I was walking into my acting teacher's house, and she's like, oh, I see that actress on the screen. She was watching television. You need to look at her. I have a feeling. And so I got the movie. She's a quirky lady. It's Queen Christina. No, excuse me, not Queen Christina. It was Anna Christie.
Okay.
And she comes in and it's like, give me a whiskey, ginger ale on the side, and don't be stingy, baby. It's like this,
love it.
Yeah, deep-throated woman just coming in and just like walking across in a very masculine way. And I was very attracted to that. And as I started to learn about her life, the issues that I was learning about her in terms of wanting to be open with the world and struggling with that, I was going through that at the same time. Like we all always go through, I think, we pick projects that help us develop in some way. Like there's some sort of personal reason why we have it. It's something we want to explore. Like right now I'm working on a lot of characters that I've developed over the years. I have like 11 characters I'm working on. I have them on YouTube, and they're all, again, themes of things that I'm thinking about, and I'm creating something from that, even though you might not even know that. Mm-hmm. But that's how I do it. Yeah.
All right. That was an awesome response.
Thank you.
Okay. So, as an actor, what is the process that you kind of go through when you're trying to become your character?
Yeah. You know, it's different for everyone. It's always different for each piece of script that I pick up.
Okay.
But I will say it's a deeply personal process, and no matter what, I am voracious and passionate about everything I come across. Like with Greta Garbo, I was able to get tapes of her speaking, and every morning I would get up and I would listen to them for about an hour, just as I was really developing the character. I read everything there was to read. I made trips out to see people. I was at the Rosenbach Library in Philadelphia going through personal letters. I mean, I leave no stone unturned. I'm a very
That's a good way to do
yeah,
it.
I'm an intense and passionate artist and actor that way. And that definitely translates to the work I'm doing now. So I'm working, for instance, right now I'm working on a character named Judy.
Okay.
And she is nuts and so fun, and she just has anger issues, and she can only speak, and she has a therapy puppet.
All right.
That happens to be a vulva puppet, and she's a sketch comedy character. She's a lot of fun.
Right.
She
Yeah,
speaks
I
to
can
the vulva, and she just has trouble communicating with the world. But with her, like, her background is in like lesbian feminism in the 1970s, and so I'm reading like all of the books from that period as much as I can, and like really understanding where she came from, and then constructing this life that she has now to create this person that she is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome how
Yeah.
you take such a personal and intense almost
Yeah.
approach to
Yeah.
becoming these characters. Now, which one would you say is your favorite to play?
It's hard. You know, Greta Garbo was for a long time because I was going through a lot of those things that she went through. And I love playing her still. I discover something new every time I do Greta. She's hard because she has so much pain. It's really hard sometimes. I was doing this consistently for 2 years. I'd take breaks and then do some more shows. And to have that I'm deeply struggle, like everyone has pain, and her pain was just a lot to take on. I'll say that. So I actually think I might rewrite the play into an absurd comedy, and I think maybe it'll be easier to play that way. But like I can inhabit it, but laugh more. But so it's right now, I'm not sure, because I have 11 different characters I'm working on, and I've really liking diving in and like.
And you're so
seeing their
deeply
work.
personal with each character.
Yes,
too.
yeah. I mean, I know the whole thing. Like, you talk to me about Carmela, I'm like, you know, Carmela's this Italian grandma, and she has a whole
Right.
story, and like Rose is her sister, and then, you know, their sons and their cousins, and it's a whole thing.
And it's hard to rank things like that. Then, is there a character that is specifically notable that you like playing? If not a favorite.
Yeah, I'd say the crowd favorite, I would say, is
Okay.
always Carmela.
Okay.
Carmela is like an Italian grandma. She's like, you know, everyone, you know, let me bring her up. She does Game of Thrones reviews. She's like, my sister Rosa, she's on the phone. I don't want to deal with her. Just hubby, you go talk to her. I'm not going to deal with her. I might drink right here. Leave me alone.
I love it.
And so
That's my favorite.
I did her in Italy, actually.
Yeah. That must have been a blast.
Awesome. And they loved her. I did her in broken Italian, and they were like, incredible Italian accent, American accent. And I was like, because I'm American.
And that's the one that always gets me, the
Yeah.
broken Italian.
So she's a crowd favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren, for the interview. You can follow Lauren at LaurenLoG or www.laurenlog.com. We just want to thank Prism for bringing her in. It was lovely to have you here, and I hope you have a good time at your workshop.
Thank you.
All right.